We are live. as the game finishes getting all set up here. Yes, I did switch. It is 100% something that I am doing, is switching. It seems like the right thing to do. So, yeah. It seems like the right thing to do. Oh, one sec. I think I've got my audio coming through there. There we go. All right. There we go. I shouldn't be hearing anything extra. Okay. No more double audio. There we go. Just, all right. Let's take a look here. So we've got pretty much nothing. I'm starting with the blank instead of going with a predefined setup. So I'm just gonna lower this a little bit here. There we go. I think that fits a little bit better. Move that back a little bit there. Ah, beautiful. Okay. I'm going to try and start streaming more often again. Kind of took a break for a bit because, you know, I was kind of hitting a wall and just getting frustrated. So took a break to try and, you know, put things into perspective a little bit more. All right, so this is a C++ project in Unreal. We're gonna place a character and see how this is gonna all work here. Oh look, I think that's wind. Oh, it's atmospheric fog. What's this? This is a skylight. Don't know what that is. Starter background cue. It's a thing, I suppose. What's this? Okay, so let's take a quick look here at what our game actually looks like here. So we've got a player controller right here. Still don't know where that's coming from. Although I guess nobody here is being quite active on here while I was trying to figure that one out earlier. So let's see here, player start. I'm assuming that it is that one. Let's minimize a bunch of these that aren't super required. 2 chairs, floor, table, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we'll leave that. Oops. There. And just go for this one here. So we've got a capsule component. I think we want to change that. Oh no, that's fine. We want to add to that though. Let's see what options we have here. I should probably actually move my camera or something. Because in Unreal, it makes more sense to have it moved. Either that or I can do this. Yeah, there we go. Details. No, I'll just move this down here because world settings not as important. Actually, world settings might be important. Let's see. I know I probably should have started with enable. I probably should have started with like one of the base projects, specifically probably the third person, because that's probably what I'm going to do. Computed visibility. Game mode. Game mode overview. Functional test game mode. Cinder game mode world thing. I don't even know. I don't even know. What is this? Okay, that's this one here, right? So this is none. What happens if we switch to this? Hit play. Okay, nothing seems to change. Although I think there's some probably some sound, so let's take a quick listen here. Listen. Get this all set up here. Yeah, we've got like birds chirping and stuff like that. So that's all new to Unreal, of course. New plugins are available. Manage plugins. What plugins do we have? Oh wait. I think that we've got. I wanted to do tests. Functional tests, editor tests, netcode unit tests. Wait. Exploit unit tests for Unreal 4 and some base Unreal games based on netcode. For bugs and exploits. Non-essential classes for network prediction. Samples, tests, maps, whatever, yeah, sure. No, I won't add that right now. We're not going to be doing anything for Python, so we'll leave that. I think this might be a good one. I don't know what this one does. Yeah, we'll enable it anyways. Provides a helper class for creating and managing tests in your game. Sure. Oh, never mind. We actually, yeah, we'll enable that one. Yes. And restart. Save selected. There we go. It's just important to always have unit tests enabled. All the unit tests. Okay, player start. I feel like I want to move this to here. No, not there. But like beside it. There. Yeah, here we go. Just for now at least. Because I want to have a bigger screen for this stuff here. Actor. Try to adjust location, don't spawn if still colliding. Okay, initial lifespan. Okay, cooking, input, auto receive input priorities. Interesting. Okay, so we'll do. Let me just open up. There's so much that I don't know, which is like everything right now. Literally everything. Okay, so here, this is our initial player, I think. Maybe I should just rebuild this. I think I might just want to rebuild this, actually. Give me a second. I'm just going to rebuild this. You sure want to exit. Unreal. Library here. I'm just going to delete this. Delete. Launch. Let's make sure that it actually deleted it. Data 2. Games. Okay, it did. Sweet. Games. Next, we're gonna just do the 3D one, the third person again. This just gives us a decent starting point, I think, because I don't know what I'm doing yet at all, like even a little bit. So, with starter content, and we're gonna call it Cinder. Okay. Should have probably just started with the third person one. There we go. There's a lot more here. Edit third person blueprint. Wait, what? I did say C++, right? Okay, yeah, I did. Okay. Camera options. Mesh camera collision. Enable camera lag. Draw drag. Simulated physics. Constraints. Lock position. I feel like this is the camera situation here. Specifically, we want the controller. Network start. Character movement. Here we go. I think this has the, maybe this has the controller in it. And editable. Swim speed. Character movement. Ignore client movement error checks and collision. Nav mesh. Project nav mesh for walking. Nav mesh walking. Whether to ray cast to underlying geometry to better confirm nav mesh walking characters. Interesting. Floor distance. Okay, so wait, there's variables? Interesting. Okay, so check this out. So what we've got is this, right? We can look around, run around, and whatnot. One of the things that I want to do is scroll to zoom in and out. So we'll start by adding that. So that's going to require edit project settings. Played around with a little bit with this before, so this would be input, I think. And then is it access? Yeah, I want to say it's access here. Was it attribute? No, it's definitely access mapping. Games, sender, source, here, character. So we're gonna do maybe a bind here. So here we'll say camera controls, player input component, oops, bind access, yeah. So this would be the bind access, and then we'll have like, we'll just call it zoom. A pawn, no, not that. A sender character. And then we'll need to zoom camera, right? And then this also means that we need to open up this here and add that zoom camera, right? And I think that we do this in public, right? These are all public, right? Let's see, turn rate. I Actually, maybe it's not. Turn right. Okay, so they are protected. Okay. Handler for when a touch input stops. For when the input is used. Sure. Okay. Okay, so this would be void zoom camera, and it takes a float, and then zoom direction. Actually, I don't even know if this is the what we would really want here, but yeah, it is not implemented. Because I wonder if it would be something else, because I think that gets called a lot, right? Like a lot. Anyways, whatever. We'll just do this. So zoom camera. Then we will come here and we're going to generate inline implementation. Generate implementation. So here, right, if zoom direction is equal to 0, return. I think this can be done just like that. Then if zoom direction is less than 0, we'll say that's a zoom, I think that's a zoom out. So we'll say that's zoom out. Zoom out. And then here we'll say else zoom in. There. So this will be in the camera, which is camera boom. So camera boom. And then this would be something here as well. Let's see what it's going to be here. Let's also add this axis here. We'll say zoom. Camera zoom. Camera zoom. I think I spelled that wrong. I did not. Camera zoom. Okay, sweet. This will be mouse. Wheel axis. I think that's right. 2% sure. It's there anyways. So what we're going to do here is we want to do a debug here. I don't know how to do a debug yet, so what we're going to do is just bring up this, and we're going to say Unreal debug log. Here. This one here is what we want. I did the wrong copy because because yeah. Okay, so this would be zoom direction. What's the issue here? It's probably that this isn't being used, right? Can be made a const. Yes, it can. Add const. There we go. It's never changed. Okay, so zoom direction, and then here we will want to say zoom direction less than 0, and this would be greater than 0. And then if we build, what's up, Goofy? Oh, shoot. I don't have chat up on my other screen here. I thought I did. There we go. Much better. Okay, so let's zoom in, zoom out. Beautiful. And then we can come over here and just move this off to the side here and hit play. And then we want to go to output log, and then here we would zoom in and out and hope for the best. It's totally not working, like at all. We're seeing nothing. Definitely screwed something up. Wait, what's the error here? Oh, that's why. Zoom camera. Oh wait, no, it was camera zoom. Camera zoom. And then I guess this needs to be changed too. And then here we can do rename. Rename. Beautiful. Rebuild. How have you been, Goofy? Boom. All right, let's see. Beautiful. Okay, so back is greater than 0. Forward is less than 0. I feel like that's not quite what we want. Or is it? Because it could be an add, right? Let's see. Let's take a look at the character here. So we'll go to the third-person character. We've got world settings. We're going to move up here. Okay, so we've got the character. We want the camera boom, right? And then what would that be? That would be, it's not target offset, I don't think. I think that gives you a weird look. Okay, so it's not that. Is it Y? I don't think it's Y. No. Pole size? Probe size. Okay, never mind. Wait. Is it that? No. Okay, so it's not that. Physics collision. Can cool. Okay, physics. Where is the would it be the socket offset? Would it be the X? Yeah, I think it's the X. Okay, so I think it's socket offset, or maybe it's location. Rotation. What if we rotated on the X? We get nothing. Scale the X. No. Target offset the X. I think it's target offset. Where did it go? Where'd it go? I think this needs to be 0. Okay, so I think it's target offset. Because I think if we go back... Okay, now what about this? No, not target offset, so let's not do that. Would it be scale? Not scale. Oh, wait, camera. Nope, that's not it either. Maybe socket offset. Okay, so it's socket offset. So we need to set the socket offset here. Okay, so, and this is going negative? Socket offset. Yeah, so socket offset is negative to zoom out and positive to zoom out, to zoom in. How many programming languages have you learned? That's a good question. It depends on how you define learned. Like what is the proficiency scale, right? Because like I can technically like teach myself any programming language. It doesn't take very long. So okay, so we gotta get the camera at this into here, right? So how do we get the camera again? It is camera boom. C++. Yeah, I can teach myself. I've programmed a little bit in C++ before. Can you teach me? I don't think that I know enough about C++ to teach anybody C++. I've never really, what was it? It was socket offset, right? I've never, so like I've done C++ at work, but I'm not very good at C++. Yeah, socket offset was what we wanted. C++ is a difficult language. Why do you want to learn C++ specifically? Socket offset. Minus equals 10. Oh, there's a vector. X. And then here, this would be plus equals 10. And we're going to find out if this is right or wrong. But this, I think, also needs to be a float. So we're just going to make sure that it is a float. Here. Oh, wait, I forgot to build. Can you teach me what? Yeah. I'm going to be going through the process of learning. So if you stick around, you might learn with me. There we go. We got zoom in and out. It's beautiful. Right. So like what we're doing is just grabbing that camera boom and zooming in and out. So then the other thing that we want to do is, right now we've got this full move where it just like moves around. What we want to do is we want to prevent that from happening unless you've got, say, right click held down, right? Because that's going to be the user interface that we want from from the game here. Let's just do this. We'll do, one sec. It's all nice and small, and then we'll do this, minimize this, minimize this. Launch World of Warcraft. We go, and then we'll just say play retail. Is Java easy? Java's not bad. I don't program in Java, so I don't really have an opinion. Java is, well, Java, right? JavaScript is both one of the easiest and hardest languages that I know. Yeah, so we want to replicate this where like the camera doesn't move until you hold right click, just because like for this style of game it works a lot better where you can like click on things. So let's introduce that now to the game. So we're just gonna go like this, and we'll run into here, and we'll just exit. What languages do you currently know, Goofy? Is the better question, I think. What is easy and hard? So JavaScript is both easy and hard because JavaScript requires that you, like, it's the kind of dynamic nature of JavaScript that makes it quite difficult. But it's also the dynamic nature of JavaScript also makes it easy. CSS, C# a little bit. I'd say just stick with C# for now. There's no point in changing, right? Unless you have a technical reason as to why you want to change, right? What's your argument for not continuing with C# is a good question that we'll need to answer first. Unreal, click and hold to move camera. I feel like this might be a setting that we can do. Game mode only. Set input mode, game mode only. You just want to learn C++? Or just learn a language? Not now, in the future. Ah, okay. So once you learn one language, your second language is substantially easier. I can hide the cursor, but I still need to hold the mouse button to rotate the camera. I'm trying to set it like the third person free mouse look. I still learn C#. Good. C#'s a good language. It's in high demand still. Okay, so, how am I going to do this? I think there's a way to do it in this here. What's your desired outcome though? Like if you're, because it looks like you're doing a little bit of web development, right? Don't care about mobile. Don't care about the virtual keyboard. Browse asset content. Input component. I just learned Unity. If game development is all you want to do, then I would heavily suggest just sticking with Unity then. I did tell you I was start 1 month ago. Yes. This is true. Very true. No, I would probably suggest, like, if can't remember if you said that lock on capture. Do not lock. Maybe this. Capture permanently, including initial mouse down. No capture. Ooh, maybe that's it. Do not capture. No capture. Wait. Capture during mouse down. During right mouse down. There we go. I think that's part of it. Play. Oh, look at that. We got it. Yeah, we got it. Beautiful. One of this 2 languages, the hard one. I say I don't know. I'd say that probably JavaScript is probably going to be easier to pick up, but C# might be more useful. Strictly based off of the very little that I know about what you want to do. There we go. I just felt a little dark. Yeah, JavaScript's pretty easy to get into for the most part, so that might be the way to go. Especially if you're like just learning your first language, that might be the easiest way for you to do it. I think I said this was zoom out, right? Less than 0 zoom out. Yeah, zoom out. Zoom in. Do. What is it saying here? Can be made const. Yes, it can. No, wait. Shh. Ooh, like I suppose it can. How long does it take to learn JavaScript? That is a question that is not going to be able to be answered, unfortunately. It is a relative question, and it depends greatly on things like what you're looking to do. Oops. Undo math. Yeah, there we go. So it's a bit difficult because technically you can learn you can learn JavaScript in a couple of days, right? But the question is like, and then like everybody also learns at different speeds, right? So it's a hard one to answer because it didn't take me long to learn JavaScript, but JavaScript wasn't my first language, right? It was like, I think my 3rd language is when I started playing around with JavaScript. So I picked it up really quickly. I just kind of like did stuff with JavaScript, and it just kind of like, I just kind of went, right? Oops. Where'd it go? Lock the cursor if we're in full screen. Capture cursor on launch, true. Yeah, it's hard. Okay, so I think this is more along the lines of what we're looking for here. Yeah, everything seems to be working there. The cursor doesn't go off. The camera doesn't move until I do this. Good, good. What happens if I full screen this? Can I full screen it? New editor window. Standalone game. Let's try this. I'm selected. Nope. that is not what I wanted at all. Wait, what was it? It was Shift F1? No. Okay. What was it? Was it Control F4 or Alt F4? No, it's Alt F4. There we go. How many languages have you learned? For production, like for production purposes, I have learned. So at work, I program in I've programmed in 4 or 5 different languages for work. I think it's 4 or 5. So I've had to do a little bit of PHP, modify some C, edit C++, lots of web development in Python. My new job is full-time Elixir. JavaScript always comes with web development, so I have to do that. It's a side effect of my job, although I'm more of a back-end focused person rather than a front-end. So I don't do that much JavaScript. So it's, yeah, no, I think that about covers it. For language, I've also had to read and whatnot. Are you web development? Yeah, I do web development. That's my primary job. My 9 to 5 is web development. Do garbage collecting, general settings. I think I might have not gotten what I wanted out of that input there. Let's see here, input. Yeah, this doesn't seem to work the way that I wanted it to. So I'm just going to see if I can put it back. I cannot put it back. Capture permanently. Capture the mouse permanently when the viewport is clicked and consume the initial mouse down that caused the capture so it isn't processed by the put. I think this is what we're going to do. And then lock on capture. There we go. You need to do web development, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are the only required languages. Everything else is dependent on what you want to do. I did not actually want to do that. Oh, god damn it. No, that's not what I wanted. Select viewport. There we go. Stop. Play. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Still not what we want. So let's add that and we'll do an if statement. What do we do? I'm not sure that I understand. Let's see here. Turns camera boom subjog. Go and code and eat. Go and code and eat. So Goofy, for web development, you're on the right path, right? So set up player input component. That might be what we need there too. Anyway, sorry. You're on the right path, right? So I would say keep going with C# because you can you can get everything you need out of C#, right? So C# can be the thing that allows you to do web development and get into that. It also is something that you can use for oh wait, no, this doesn't need to be visible anyway. Sorry. It can also, damn it, it can also be used for game development, right? So if that's also something you want to do, then C# has a little bit of everything for you, right? So it might not be a bad idea to just do that, right? Generated body. Where do we normally put these? See, this is a question that I don't know the direct answer for because I don't really do do this, right? So here we'll just say this will be a bool, and it will be can move camera. There we go. What if you finish making the website? What your boss want you to do next? Well, at the moment, I actually just went through that because we just launched the product that I was working on. Although we are not done because there's always updates. So now we want to do a mouse down on right click for press and hold. It'll be edit. Here, I think this is action mapping now. Yeah, action mapping is what we want here. So this will be right mouse mouse. So what would we call this? Control camera. Camera control. And this will be the mouse. And this will be right mouse button. There, yeah. And then we'll go into Rider here. And we're going to need to create a new protected here. Toggles, handler for allowing user to move camera. Do you need to go to college for web development? No, you do not need to go to college for any kind of development. The only time that you need to go to college is if you want to, say I want to go work in the States and I live abroad. It is substantially more difficult to immigrate to the States and get a job there if I do not have a college degree. Whereas if I do have a college degree, it is substantially easier. I did not go to post-secondary, so I did not go to college or university. What was I calling this again? Camera control. I don't know if I like that one. It's the best I can think of right now. So we'll say camera control pressed handler. Yeah, we'll just say camera control. And then because this is the same as the jump, let's take a look at what they did for jump here. Touch started, touch stopped. Absolutely not for indie game dev. Indie game dev is you by yourself. So unless you require yourself to have gone to school for game dev, then it is not required. Okay, so we need jump. Where's jump? Here, jump. Oh, jump is the it takes a void, so it takes nothing. There's nothing here. Yeah, this takes nothing, and this also takes nothing. Okay, awesome. So here we just do that. Camera control. There we go. And then it's going to complain that we did not implement this yet. So we will go here and we're going to create it, generate and implement. There we go. And then here we're going to say control camera. Wait, what did I call that function again? Or sorry, that bool. Can move camera. Can move camera equals not can move camera. There we go. And then for these, we've got move forward, move right, touch stop, start, VR stuff. So it's going to be, let's jump, camera to do, here we go. I believe this is what it is. So here we'll say if can move camera, here, and then if can move camera, there we go, move forward, move right, beautiful. There we go. We go here. We go into the game. So I'm going to move this over to the side. Hit play. That did not work. Why did that not work? Was it set to not true? Like, was it set to true as the first thing? I feel like this was what was being called here. So, what was it? It was EU log? No. EU underscore log. Okay, so it was EU underscore log. EU underscore log. Right? Oh, not EU. UE log. And then log temp, and then warning. We'll call this debug, and then it's a text text, and then we give it the text of can move. This would be a decimal. You look so nice in 2019. What do you mean? Oh, are you looking at some of my older videos? Wait, I have a 2019 video? You got a shaggy hair. Yeah, I'm growing it out. I'm gonna get it cut soon-ish. At least hopefully soon-ish. At some point, hopefully. We'll just say warning for now. And then we'll just say being called here. Oh, wait, I don't think that I actually did anything up here. So it should have just prevented it from ever being used, yeah. Okay, so that's weird. Okay, so we'll do this, build. we go. Go back to Unreal, hit play. Okay, so it's being called constantly. Always being called, apparently, actually. Always. Let's see if this is ever being called. Build. Oh wow, that was... Oh wow, it's just always true, I suppose. I thought that it defaulted to false. He looks so cool in 2000. I suppose that's a thank you equals false. Maybe that's the problem here. Are you saying I don't look as nice with my long hair? Okay, so it looks like that's happening, but it's still allowing us to free look, which is bad because we shouldn't be able to free look yet. So I'm definitely getting something here. Touch started. We can also do this here. And this was camera control. I'm gonna take camera control. There we go. And come back to the code. Handle touch device, camera control. Where is our camera here? Camera does not rotate relative to the arm. Touch the camera to the end of the boom. Let the boom adjust to match the controller orientation. An aim blueprint references the mesh component inherited from characters are set in the derived blueprint asset named my character to avoid direct content reference in C++. Okay. Get character movement. Don't rotate when controller rotates. Let that just affect the camera. Initial capsule. Base turn rate. Where's the base turn rate? Yeah, it's here. Wait. Wait. Controller. Get controller rotation. Move right. No. Should be this one. Yeah, it should definitely be this one. Because, like, if I affect this rate here, where's that rate? Here, rate. Let's hard code this oddly, right? So we have the rate here. Let's just say that this rate here is a float. So let's just say this rate here is So this should mess with everything, right? Turn at rate. Okay, so then this would be build. Then we go into here and we hit play. Yeah, and it totally doesn't even affect that. What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to work. Right. Could have swore this was supposed to be something different. Calculate the delta from the frame. Add yaw input. A pawn. Oh, I wonder if this needs to be... One sec. I wonder if that needs to be like something, like maybe we need to call super on it. Give me a moment. Here. Let's open this with Visual Studio Code. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's I don't think I actually did it in the old one. Or maybe it was a different thing that I did. So if we go back to here and we do the game settings here, maybe it was just this that I did. There, capture permanently during right mouse down. There, and then this I think we can get rid of. There, and then we just do this onto the side screen here and hit play. Huh. Then let's do this as a standalone game and see if it still works. No, it doesn't. Okay. So there's definitely a problem there, Alt F4. So I think what we need to do is we need to not do this here, and we need to add this and override it, right? And then call it. So let's find out how to call the parent. Actually, wait, we don't have to do that. We can just do this, right? So let's add this back here. So add this. This will be take camera control. And this will be on mouse. Right mouse button. There. There. I think this is what we want. Maybe this might be what we want. I don't know that it is. Okay, so let's try this now. Make sure that we haven't broken anything. Okay, so we're still looking around the way that we don't want. Sweet. Then we'll Alt F4 that. Come back into here. And what we need to do is add these two inputs here. this will be void control void add controller yaw input and void add controller pitch input. And then here we will add those in. Wait, what? Please don't make these virtual. Wait, does this need to be virtual? Add virtual specifier to override function in file. I feel like this is what we want. And then what we're going to do is in here, we're going to call this. Yeah, here we go. There, and then if can move camera. There, right? And I guess maybe this does need the virtual. All right, so we do need the virtual, add virtual. Then we will add virtual, and then we will generate implementation. And then essentially we just do the exact same thing as we did here. Add pitch. Just like so. And then we need to go up to here. And then in here, instead of this being that, we want a Cinder character. A Cinder character. Just like that, and then we'll build this. And then we'll hit play. And we completely broke it. Nothing is working. It's beautiful. Selected viewport. Stop. Play. Everything is broken. All right, so that does not work. At all. I guess I should have probably seen that coming. Oh well. This doesn't do anything, so we'll just remove that. We don't need these anymore. Build. Okay, so this will give us still the same thing that we have, which we still don't like. During right mouse down. Lock always. I think this might be it. Okay, let's try this. Like this is actually what I want. So maybe this is right. Let's try this in the standalone game. And then the standalone game, it doesn't do that. Like, why doesn't it do that? Is maybe the standalone game not got something attached to it that I don't know about here? Maybe if I add a thing. Arena. Walkway. We'll just add something to the arena here. Let's add another box. Or actually, let's just move this box here. We'll just move it to there. And then bake materials. Wait, how do we bake? Maybe this? All right, then play. Okay, so yeah, we're still not getting what we want here. Like, not at all what we want. Do not lock, maybe? But if I do not lock, that won't, I don't think that will give me what I want either. Yeah, because now, without the lock, right? Like, the mouse is just, it floats in and out. Which is definitely not what anybody wants. It allows for floating in and out. The worst possible way. Alt F4. No, that's totally not what I want. Okay, so Unreal Engine, click and hold to move camera. Would that be it then? Like, I don't know. Look up. No problem, thanks for the response. Tried the above and it doesn't allow me to hold right mouse button and look around. Should I be adding a loop somewhere? Dragging with left click. So basically, instead of mouse scroll in and out, with click, hold. What am I doing wrong? Move right. This is the actual controller. Then this should be called here. Yeah, okay, so this is called, right? Not that. Wait, yeah, this. No, that's jump. Oh, I did that wrong. Camera. Take camera control. There we go. There, and now if I go back and actually re-implement these here. These two. Wait, these two. No, wait. Sorry. These two. Sorry, I'm not familiar with that language. Okay, so these take in floats if I'm not mistaken. So this would be void. What was it going to be? It was going to be add controller pitch input. Input. Override, and then void add controller yawn input, and then these are going to complain that they're not virtual. Oops. That's not what I wanted. Okay, there. Ah, there we go. Generate implementation. Oops. Generate implementation. And then this would be a pawn. I don't think I'm doing this right. Like, I think that this needs to be done with a different add controller pitch. I don't think this is going to work, but let's try it anyways. Okay, and then play. Oh, it did work. Wait. It's also not what I wanted. So the lock always. There, play. There we go. Okay, so now we're okay, so we've got the camera move. Actually, I think we've got the camera doing exactly what we want now. Huh, we do. We have the camera literally doing exactly what we want. And I don't think that we needed to do that update that I just did. Yeah, I don't think that's necessary at all. Let me double check. There. And then these two. Because I don't think I updated the input, so I don't think these were ever actually being called. Yeah, they weren't. Okay, so we just got what we wanted. Apparently something updated or something. I'm not 100% sure. We also don't need that can move camera anymore. This can be deleted now as well. So that probably should be in B, can move camera. So my bad. Yes, only English. It's the only language I know. What about JavaScript? Wait, what did I get wrong here? Did I accidentally delete something that I wasn't supposed to? Oh, this here. Don't need this. Move that. There's an error here. Ah, here we go. Don't need that. There we go. Then we build. All right. Have a good one. Watch it now be broken. Yeah, now it's broken. Oh, okay. Capture mouse on launch. That's why. Alt F4. Don't capture mouse on launch. Play. Oh my god, it works. It works. There we go. Everything is working. Sort of. Okay, so that works. Now we can switch back to the selected viewport one. There, now we know that this is actually working correctly. All right, so the next thing that we want to do is have the, what was it? It was Shift F1. There, and then, so if we go to the, what was it? Was it the camera? Or no, it was the game controller maybe? Network player start HUD, game start base. Ooh, camera. Was it the camera actor maybe? Was it? I am on the camera actor. Let's see here. So what I want to do is enable the cursor so you can see it. Now, I need to find that setting. And I don't know remember where it is here. I think it's in like the, oh, here it is. I think it's in this here. Show mouse cursor, yeah. So we enable this, and then when we click back in, right, we get this, and now we can see the mouse cursor. But the second we stop, now the mouse cursor goes away. And because that didn't save, we don't get it back when we hit play again, right? So now we go back in and the mouse cursor is gone, right? So we need to figure out where that controller is being generated. Here. This is an instance. So if we come over to here, I know that we've got the controller somewhere in here, right? Rotate the arm based on the controller. Camera follows at a distance behind the character. Target arm length. Is that the one that we adjusted? I think it was literally what we adjusted with the zoom, right? Oh, wait. What if you do target arm length? Target arm length. Then we'll just build. play. Sweet, it's just backwards, that's it. Minus, sweet. Okay, that's good. Check player input component. Camera. There's the boom. This initializes the capture. What if this is B? Huh. Cursor. Nope. Ow. Maybe user interface? Software cursor, hardware cursors. Cool. Input. Mouse properties. Allow mouse to be used for touch. Okay, let's try that. Play. That is not what we want, because no. Don't actually care about that. Enable FO, wait, what's this? Scale the mouse based on the player camera manages field of view. Oh, okay. Double check time. No. Default class. Is this a blueprint maybe? There's the camera. Character movement here. So is this the controller? So, wait, what's this? Character movement component. Handles movement logic for... Okay, so it's not that. What about this camera boom? No, it's... would be on here, right? Unreal Engine show cursor when not locked. Where can I learn JavaScript? The best spot to learn JavaScript is MDN. I would start here. I would also suggest not doing tutorials and just find a project that you want to do and just plow into it. Tutorials, you'll get locked up in tutorials and like a tutorial loop where you never get anything done because you're too busy with tutorials. And then you never actually learn how to do anything because you're too busy following tutorials, kind of thing. Happens to most new developers when they first get started. I did it for like a couple of months. And then I stopped because I was just like, this is ridiculous. I'm not actually learning anything with these tutorials. Create new to open the blueprint and add a show mouse cursor node. Then connect it to beginning play. Wait, is it that easy? show mouse. Are you a mobile web dev? I'm predominantly a backend web developer. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if it's on mobile or not to me. I do. So like I don't actually really do a lot of work on the things that you actually see visually, like the visuals of a website. I don't really work on a lot of that. I more work on things that developers, the people that build the things that you're looking for. Like the things that you look at are usually powered by the parts that I make. Right? So like I build like APIs and stuff like that. I don't really work with the HTML or JavaScript or CSS very often. Although in my current department, we kind of all do that a little bit. I can't, unfortunately I can't, but not because I'm trying to be gated about it, is because like it's not actually public. I work on right now I'm doing internal tooling. Right. So this is the website. This is I'll show you the last project, the project I worked on before I went to the company that I currently work for. This was the product I worked on before I switched to the company I currently work with. Which again, you wouldn't actually be able to use this because like this actually requires that like your company sign up for it, and it's a very like corporate-y thing, right? That's amazing. Yeah, I didn't build most of it like this part here. Somebody else built this. I worked predominantly on the APIs that power it. Now this is predominantly Python, but they're moving over to Go. Then before that, I actually worked on building a custom version of Chromium for the sake of for doing malware analysis, like JavaScript malware analysis. Yeah. Also work on like I build and manage most of the websites for the Go Brinson company as well. Yeah. And then the current company that I work for is probably somebody that you may or may not know of them. The Score Esports is pretty popular. This is the company that I currently work for. They do esports and traditional sports. But I do internal tooling for this, and I work on their bet side. I work on the I work for the score, like specifically I work in the score bet, right? Like this part. This is the part that I work with, but I do tooling. So the stuff I work on is used by internal developers to make their lives easier, or DevOps people to make their lives easier and stuff like that. So I have a question. Wait, I asked a question at one point? No, I did not. What language do you use? I use a language called Elixir. It's my favorite language. Actually, show mouse cursor set to false did it for me. Do all those people that working with you use? Well, my team uses Elixir. Most of the company uses Elixir. It's fairly common for companies to have a primary language, like a primary or secondary language. So like for a long time, the primary languages of Google historically have been Python and C++, but now they're predominantly Go specifically, I think. But I think they still have a lot of C++ and they're moving away from Python. So it's kind of like one of those questions that's like, it depends on the company, right? So like my company is very Elixir heavy, right? Well, you can't do web development without HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So they're kind of like, they're considered a given, right? Like it's something that you wouldn't really necessarily like bring up kind of thing. Like, so if you're saying I'm doing web development, people just assume that there's going to be HTML, CSS, and JavaScript involved. If that makes sense. Whether or not they are, like you could technically do web development without any of them, right? It's just you wouldn't have traditional users, right? Because like you could build an entire API and just not have HTML. And then because you don't have HTML, you would never have CSS. And because you don't have CSS, you would also never, or HTML, you would never have JavaScript, right? Why does this not want to show me what's going on here? I feel like there should be something in here. Crowd manager, AI animations, landscape settings, nav mesh, physics network rendering. Is only actor, generated optimized blueprint, component data. Let's see, input priority. Yeah. Oh, wait, I misread that. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are useful. They are. They're very useful. Incredibly useful. Sorry. Auto possess player disabled. Auto possess AI placed in world. AI controller. I want the camera though. So I need the player. I think it's the player controller, right? I think it was player controller. Let's double check. Make sure that I got that right. So it's Shift F1, I think. Yeah. So we need this player controller. Where is this player controller? Is it world settings? Where is it being located? Where's the player controller located? Maybe if I add this to the third person controller, can I do that? And then would this still work? Okay. Maybe that? Can I do that? Can I create a player controller? What if I get the controller? returns the player controller at the specified player index. Returns the player controller that has the given controller ID. Get player controller ID. Wait. Gets the controller ID a player is using. That's the one I want. Get player controller ID. So I should be able to do that in C++ then. So I'm just going to move this over here so I can see it off to the side while I do this in C++. So I'll do this down at the bottom here. So here we'll say get player, wait, what was it? It was get player controller. Get player controller ID. Player controller ID. So we'll say player controller ID. F const. Maybe this needs to be the. Where is the control? There's a movement. Maybe it's part of this movement thing here. Get character movement. Get player controller. Wait. Get controller. There's this, right? But that's not what I wanted, right? Let's see here, returns the controller for this. Instigator controller for this. None. Spawn default controller? Spawns default controller for this pawn and get possessed it. Add controller pitch input. Log controller. PX box controller. We're gonna find it. It's not in any of these. So good. Okay, so it's not in any of those. It's not here. Set up player input components. Maybe this. Let's try this. Player input component. Get, we'll say controller. Nope. We'll say cursor, maybe? Mouse? Nope. Can create current context. Allow current tick. Allocate URL. No, it's not. None of those. Okay. Dang it. Why does this hate so much? Okay, so maybe this does need to be done in a blueprint then. So like if I do this, right? Player controller. Get player controller. Get player controller ID. Get what controller ID the player is currently using. Would this be like the player? No. Okay, so get player controller right now. Delete. Get controller. Returns controller for this actor. Target self. Get controller. I feel like that's something that we could use here, right? And see here. Like I feel like get controller is a thing. Get controller. Yeah. Gives back an A controller. Get player controller from netid. Turns the player. Wait, this takes 2 declarations, right? What's going on here? Okay, wait, sorry. Get player controller from netid. Get net owning player. Declared in header game session.h. Okay, get controller. Attack on Titan. Good show. So this would be cursor then, right? Notify actor being cursed over. Cursor over. You know that? Yeah, I've watched Attack on Titan. Not very far in the current season, though. Unreal Engine show cursor when not locked. Set up input mode, F input mode. Game show mouse cursor. I don't want that though. Because I think this is just like, they're like, oh, hey, set up this and whatnot, and it's going to be amazing. And I'm just like, but what if I don't want to do that? Main character. But better question, why does it matter? Select game mode, player controller. So it wants me to make it player controller, I think. And then attach that as my default player controller. And then that will allow me to do this thing that I want. But what if I don't want to do a new player controller? I just want to edit one setting. Why will it not let me just edit one setting for the default player controller? Yeah, and it's the mouse interface. Get netid. That's the connection. Network information, maybe this. Get Get player controller from netID. No, none of those are right. Where was it? This one here. Unreal Engine C++ get current player controller. What is the best way to get the local player controller? Would this actually be it? So upon further exploration, all the solutions above seem to use world to get the first player controller. The two most direct options seem to be get world, get first player controller, and using player controller, seeing as get first player controller uses player controller. It just comes down to how much you control. But get first player controller would probably do just fine. Which will return the first local player. So it's this. I think this is what we want. Get first should be the fastest as it iterates and returns the first find and stop looping. Here we go. So this would be here, and we just do this, Unreal Engine first player controller. And this would be cursor. Camera? No, mouse. Show mouse cursor equals true. Static member function called without an object reference. Do I not have engine? I do not have engine. I need engine. I need the include for engine. There we go. Wait, is engine in this one? No. Build. I have an error. Yay, errors. Call to non-static member function without an object. Ugh, bloody hell. Of course. Wait, let me go back and take a look at this documentation first here. I think it's just this one, and I was slowly going insane. So we'll do that, and then come down here, and we'll just try this here. B show mouse cursor equals true. Call a virtual function inside a constructor is resolved at compile time. Oh, so this doesn't need to happen. No, this does need to happen. Let's just do world, maybe? Game world? Should be avoided whenever possible. Okay, uWorld. The world is the top level object. will exist. Maybe this? Wait. So wait, what's this complaining about and how do we fix this? There we go. Okay, that's fine. There. Build. Let's see if this works. This may or may not work. It fails miserably. We are sorry. This crash happened. Blah, 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 blah. Close without sending. No, it crashed. Library. Okay, so it really hates this. That's not going to happen. There, here. What if I do this? Maybe I can just do this, and then we'll just do a debug. This might work. I've never done debugging in this, so this is gonna be interesting. Here we go. What we want is the controller. A cinder character. This. Character movement, capsule component. Replicated base movement, aim. Was jumping. Wow, there's a bunch of stuff here. Client was falling. Error component. Base movement replica. So none of these are what we were looking for. Maybe camera? I don't think it's this either. Oh, sorry. Attach children. None of these. Huh. All right. Interesting. What if we do this after the constructor here? We'll just put it here. And then we'll do resume program. Wait, what? Why do I have that there? I don't remember putting that there. Resume, resume. Wait, what? Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, that's a thing that just happened. Stop. Okay, so we've definitely debugged in the wrong spot. So camera zoom is where we're gonna do the debug here. So we'll just do this. we've completely broken the the camera completely. Just it's fucked. Oh, that's why. Stop. There we go. Play. There we go. That's better. Sweet. Then if we come back here and we say debug, should attach to that. Hopefully it doesn't spawn a new, it's spawning a new one. So we're going to close this, exit. We're going to go to here. We're going to go to the C++ class here and a character. Did it just really break? I feel like it did. Okay, no, it didn't. Sweet. Oh, thank God. Interesting. Okay. Processing Unreal source files, of course. It's going to take a while. Let's see if we can debug, though. Well, let us debug in the meantime. Okay, here we go. This. Player input. UWorld tick. A player controller. No, I want to know. I want to know where this is being called. A controller. Arrow component. Based movement. I think that like the fact that we have movement means that we should have a player controller attached to us. Like that just seems like something that would be there. And it's just like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. This isn't important. Zoom direction. camera mesh. Use field of view. Devolve set. Use controller view rotation. Deprecated. So we can't use that. How do we get this? I want to get this. How do I get this player controller? A player controller. C++ is their primary. Yeah, C++ is the primary language. Though you can build a game without C++. There's nothing stopping you. Like in Unreal, you could just do blueprints 100% of the way. Like that's also a very distinct possibility. Feel like I need to do this, right? They really, 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 really want me to do yeah. They really, really want me to do this. Like, where do I even put my stuff? Can I put a blueprint in here? No, that's just C++ classes content. I guess it would be new folder Cinder. And then here I could do a user interface sound. Physics asset. Paper 2D. Tutorial. Oh, sorry. Slowly starting to get sleepy here. Editor utilities, blueprints. Artificial intelligence. Animations. Would this be a blueprint class? See, creating, let's see here, Unreal Engine, create custom player controller. Feel like this is not going to, for more information, please, anime, Maya animation regs. Interesting. Creating a player controller. The player controller is a special type of script or blueprint whose primary purpose is to parse inputs from the player into events that can drive a character. For instance, it can control how moving the analog stick on a controller upwards. So, wait, that means that I have one, right? Creating a pawn blueprint. Copy image address. Oops. Ah. Wait, so that means that this C++ here should probably be already of the havings, right? So if I do down here, player input component, returns true if controlled by human. Get player controller from netid. Like, this is still a thing that's super weird. Player controllers are used. A pawn in class A pawn. So what if I do this? So we can get rid of that, right? And we can do a pawn, right? Controller currently possessing this actor. Oh, what if I do this? Controller? Oh, I do have this. Okay, so I've got the controller. Mouse. Cursor. Get player state. Get on new. Get world. Let's take a look at the parent. A character. Character movement component. Set up player. No, that's not it. A controller there. Possessed by. New controller. Okay, so that's just the controller. But not the that's just an A controller, right? So that means that we can override that if we go to here. And this needs to be public. I'm just gonna, yeah. Oh wow, just a little bit sleepy here. There we go. Virtual void possessed by there, and we do this. And then what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do this is what? A character? Possessed by there. Now this passes it through to the parent, but what we want to do is put a debug here, right? And I'm just going to close this, and then we'll just do the debug. Okay, and then we'll hit play. There we go. Now we hit the debug. Beautiful. So here's the new controller. There's the character, the pawn, the old pawn. There it is, right there. It's unassigned. Super possessed by. Oh, okay, so I can just do this. Mesh. Okay, and then this is the super possessed by. Set owner. This state. We need player state. Yeah, a pawn here. Player state is null. Oh, sorry. We'll just do resume for now. Did we just hit the same thing too? Play this level. Did we just re-hit this? Wow. Okay. Stop. Close. So it's not this. Old controller. Okay, so we can do get net controller. Oh, that might be fun. That might work. Here. Controller. If controller is not equal to null. Controller get player state? No, not get player state. Get net owning player. Driver name. Get, wait, what's this? Ah, it's annoying. That, okay. That's fine. That's what a controller. But that's not what I want. It's not what I want at all. A controller. Line of sight 2. Is player controller. What's this doing? Okay, so there's this. Is player controller. Okay, so that just returns straight from a Boolean, nothing more. Locks or unlocks input look input. And require the same amount of calls to undo. Interesting. Oh, sorry. Start state entered when inactive. No possess pawn. Event when this controller instantiates any damage. Hidden functions that don't make sense to use on this call. Local. Okay, so this inherits from actor. A player controller. Does this actor have an owner responsible for replication? A player controller typically. Has net owner. Has local owner. Virtual void enable. So let's jump to this code here. Get. Okay, so actor has frickin'... No, wait. No, it doesn't. Make sure we only have one instance of input component on this. Oh, sorry. Oh, man. You input controller component. Ah, why you hate? Wait, what was that? Okay, let's continue forward here. PC. I might be the top owner if I am a pawn or a character. Will normally be a pawn or a character. All basic actors are unable to call specifying A actors as their own owners, i.e. a player controller. Ugh. Become view target. No. A player. See, a player controller is getting passed around all over the freaking place. Good. This one works. Here, that's an interesting one. That's actually something we might be able to work with. I wonder if I can just do this. Yeah. Wait, so a player... Oh no, that's just a controller, not a player controller. Damn it. Enable input. Do we have an enable input here? Set up attachment. Okay, so then why can't we do this? I don't know if we need that though. So get player. No, okay. All right. I'm gonna call it a night, and I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. All right. Well, thank you to everybody who joined, lurked, chatted. It's good chatting with you, Goofy King, and I'll catch you all later. All right, bye.